Hey guys, I'm gonna do another video for you. It's gonna be an update slash book haul kind of video. So here we go. First off, I'm gonna do what I've been doing when I haven't been online. Well, I've been reading a lot, of course, and I've been doing homework for summer school. So I have that done, and that's gonna be done Thursday of next week. And I've been doing some stuff for AP Lit, reading a book for AP Lit, and I'm gonna show you. Sorry that I keep rubbing my eye, it's kind of bothering me today. But yeah, I read Before Joyland, which is another book I'm gonna show you. I read Dead Man's Song by Jonathan Mayberry, the second in the Pine Deep trilogy, and that was a really great book. So yeah. That's kind of a little update. Now I'm going to talk about the books that I got over the past long while. So the first book I have to show you is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I'm not that far into it. I'm like 160 pages into it. But it's not that bad of a book so far. I have to read it for AP Literature. So I got it for $10 store credit at a used bookshop when I went to sell a few books. So that's good, I guess. I didn't spend any money on it, so if I don't like it, I can sell it back. But if I do like it, I can keep it. And so far, it's an alright book. It's not the greatest book that I've ever read, but I have to read it, so I'll have to read it. Next book I have to show you is Joyland by Stephen King. I actually finished this book this morning. I had like 60 pages of it that I read in like an hour this morning. And it was a really good book. A really great coming of age story. So I don't really see how it goes into being in hard case crime, just because it doesn't seem like really a crime novel to me. It's more of a ghost story slash coming of age kind of story to me. But it's still, to me, it's King at his absolute best. So it's a really good book. I have to read more books by him that are like this, like Green Mile, Shawshank Redemption, and The Body, those kinds of things, and like the stories in Hudson Atlantis. I want to read those kinds of things. This was a few weeks ago in like June. I got Flesh Gothic by Edward Lee, which is a hardcore horror novel that sounds pretty intense and interesting and gory, I guess. I like that kind of stuff, so I hope the book is good. I got it in the used book section at Schuler's for I think like $1 or $2, so that's a pretty good deal, and it's in pretty good condition. There's not a lot of creasing on the spine or whatever. I have Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. And this is a pretty big book. Like, I bought this for 25 cents in my library book sale on Tuesday, but I didn't really, I've forgotten that I already had a copy of it, so I might keep both copies, or I might sell one of the copies. But, the copy I have of it is a bigger, trade paperback, so I figured that if I have this one, this will be later to read if I want to read it, let's say bring it to school and read it or something, if I need something to read at school. I got Horns by Joe Hill, which I also got at that for 25 cents at that book sale at the library. It looks like a pretty interesting book, and it's by Stephen King's son, so I'll have to see how that book goes. I have Christine, which I bought at a used bookstore on my birthday for $3.75, which is an alright deal. This book sounds really good. It's by Stephen King, so I can't wait to get into this book. I don't know when I'm going to, but I might soon get into this book. I have the Botman books by Richard Botman, aka Stephen King. I also got this on my birthday. This was a pretty good deal I'm glad that I found it, because for one, it's $8.95, and for two, it has all 4 of the Botman books in it, including Rage. which is the book that he had to take off the shelves because it inspired a bunch of school shootings, because that's what the book is about. So I'm glad I got it so I can read that story and those stories. It looks like a really interesting book anyway, with all the books in it. I have Stu McKee, in hardcover by Stephen King. I got this in the used section at Shooters when I got Flesh Gothic for about $7. This also looks like a pretty good book, and it's pretty long. So we'll have to see how this goes, but I'm gonna read this maybe soon, but I'm not entirely sure when I'm gonna pick it up and read it. And the final two books I have Chosen to Die by Lisa Jackson. I got this for, I think, 50 cents at the church garage sale that was in June, and it sounds like a pretty interesting book. I got it because it sounded thrillerish and pretty cool, so I hope I like this book whenever I read it. I think it's in a series, so I might want to pick up the other books in the series if it is in fact a series of books. And the final book I have to show you is The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova, which I'm not exactly sure what it's about, but all I know is that it has some stuff to do with vampires and a woman searching for Dracula. And a woman searching for Dracula, or whatever. Like the real story of Dracula, and it's written kind of like Dracula. Though I've never read Dracula, but it's written in that kind of old-fashioned kind of tone, or whatever. This looks like another interesting book. And I have one more book that I forgot to bring here that I'm not going to show you right now. But it's a hardcover version of Firestarter by Stephen King, like the older hardcover version of that book. And I got that for $10 at the used bookstore, which I guess is alright, though it is a lot of money for a used book. But the dude who sold it to me did say that the copies of that book are pretty rare, so I'm glad I got a hardcover copy of that. Now, like, when I get more money, I'm gonna start buying hardcover copies of Stephen King books and replacing all the mass market paperbacks I have of them. So yeah, what I'm gonna read now is I'm gonna continue with East of Eden. I'm gonna continue that book, which I have quite a bit to go because it's like 600 pages, but I have to read it for AP Lit. The other AP Lit books I think I'm gonna use SparkNotes because school starts on September 3rd. Now I'm a pretty slow reader, so I don't know how long it's gonna take me to read this book. And then after that, I might read Jurassic Park because I watched the movie of that yesterday, and I've had the book for years, but I never bothered to read it. Or I might read something else, like another King book, or I'm thinking maybe the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare, because those books kind of sound interesting as well. So yeah, that's my small update and pretty large haul that I've gotten over the past month or two. So I'll see you later again, YouTube. Bye, have a great day.